Good morning, good evening, wherever you're listening and watching us. Welcome back to After Darkness Books. I am Amanda.
Hi, I'm Melissa. Good morning. Welcome.
We're going to be talking about Captured by Lauren Bell.
And it will be right here if you want to check it out. We'll make sure to have the picture of the book. And just a heads up, read your trigger warnings. Go online and look up the trigger warnings for this book. Cautious. Read with cautious. If you like dark, and you have a stomach for it, go for it. If you do not, I highly suggest you stay away.
Yeah, definitely.
There are some disgusting psycho. Yeah, we're gonna get into it.
So we have a couple of characters. We have our main characters, Alex, Ophelia. I believe it's Gunner. I want to say Gunner.
The disgusting brother. Yeah, I don't remember. And then there's the other character too. But she's not like the main character.
She's a side character.
Her name is
Sam. So in the beginning, we meet Ophelia, who's a waitress at I want to assume like a dusty.
It reminded me like an old fashioned like mom and pop's Denny's.
Yes,
that's how like I got it, like a rundown mom and pop's middle of nowhere restaurant, like a Denny's. I think.
That's and so she has a rough. I don't remember what happened to her mother, but she has like a rough life. Her father is an alcoholic, abusive. SA'd her a couple of times, which I didn't get that in the beginning of the book, but I kind of figured there was something going on with that household. The household.
I picked it up right away that he was abusive and did things that he shouldn't have been doing. I don't know what words we can say, and if I'm live on Tickety Talk too, so just not things.
That's why I say SA.
Okay.
SA. I could picture her house being like this 2-story
rundown, dirty, paint coming off the house, the hinges coming off the house, just look dirty and grungy looking.
Yeah, I don't remember if it says anything about the mother. Do you remember? Because I don't remember anything about the mom.
I don't remember I don't remember the storyline saying anything about the mom that I can recall.
I think maybe the mom might have passed away. Maybe.
I don't remember.
But this book is banned off of Amazon. So if you want to, support the author or read this book, it is on Hoopla and it is on the author's website page.
No, but you can buy you can buy the physical copy on Amazon. You just can't. I noticed you can't buy the Kindle version of it. So I know, because I was confused on that too. I'm like, what? And yeah, you can't buy it in store. It's not in Barnes and Noble, Walmart's, Target's. It's so.
And then we have our other character, Alex, and then his older brother, and they don't call their father the father or dad or pops. They call him the man. He's passed away. They live together, and I guess from what I gather, the mother was part of a kidnapping.
Yes, they actually, and the dad taught them the brothers the ropes on how to do bad things that they're doing to women. And the way I understood, when they seen women roaming free, they were wondering how come they weren't on chains or chained up. They thought that the chained up and being chained was normal. But Alex didn't, he was awful, but then he wasn't awful.
Yeah.
He wanted, it's like he didn't want to do those things.
It's almost like he had some empathy for these women, but then he had those deep desires and deep temptations as well. But he wasn't as bad as his older brother or the man.
Yeah, no.
Um, but I know that throughout the book, and it's a really short book, throughout the book
I
that
think
he
it's
spent,
only, wasn't it like only 100 and some odd pages? Yeah, it was
yeah,
like 165 pages. It was really short.
he spent a lot of time with his mother.
Mm-hmm.
He spent a lot of time with his mother. Um, this book gave me so many movie vibes, and that's why I didn't understand why this book was banned, because there are so many movies out there that are worse than this book. And I would love to pick the brain of the author. You said the husband helped write it too, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Parts of certain scenes in the book, I read that the husband helped her write some of it. I can see why the book was banned. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's,
but there are movies far,
oh,
like, I know you
there
don't,
is. There
I know you,
is.
yeah.
But I could see why the book was banned. Because at first, like, I was like, why is this book banned? Oh, I see why.
Yeah,
Certain
but
parts.
let's not go. Let's start with, you sent me this long text message early in the morning. Hey, we need to read this book. I'm not reading this book by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh crap, what is she going to get me into? And by chapter 1, I was like, crap.
I wanted to put the book down. I did not want to finish it. I was like, what the hell am I reading? What am I getting my, it reminded me early 2000s, Dexter, that show, Dexter, psychopath, all kinds of crap. Then you got the TV show on Netflix, You, narcissist, psychopath. That's what that reminded me, like 10 times worse.
You know, that's a book too.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be another book we need to get into.
I don't think I will because I watched the first season. I just need to watch the TV show. I know the book is different, probably from
Ooh,
the.
that would be a good thing. You watch the video, I'll read the books, and we compare notes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But this book right here ain't gonna be no. Well, yeah, there's movies already like this.
I'm pretty sure, and it's worse because it was marked as dark romance. There is nothing dark romance. It was dark, but there was nothing romantic about this book. It was so cringe and disgusting, disturbing. I don't even know how to put it in words. Like,
Or to be allowed what to say to put it in
yeah,
words.
and it was so, I don't even know what the hell I was reading. I'm so speechless. I don't even know how to explain it. And spoiler alert, if you haven't read it, um, the mayonnaise scene. I can't look at mayonnaise again anymore. That was disgusting. And the pigs. What the hell were
Okay,
you
you know
doing?
that's true about pigs. Pigs will eat any and everything.
Oh yeah.
That's why a lot of like down like farmers or whatever, I'm
Mhm.
sure a lot of people got away with
Oh,
because
yeah.
of the pigs, cuz pigs will eat anything.
Mhm. Oh yeah. But
Anything.
that is just, but the mayonnaise scene, girl.
I'm glad that you don't watch a lot of horror movies, like scary movies, because I've seen a lot of movies, and my over active imagination, I could picture some of the characters that I've seen in movies play some of these freaking characters in this book, and it be a movie. Like, if you've seen if for all my horror fans listening, if you've watched The Devil's Rejects with Rob Zombie, there's a scene in that one where it's almost like the book, where he forces her head into on his you know where.
Oh,
That's, yeah. The movie, The Hills Have Eyes, it's about
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it. I don't like
that.
scary movies.
See, I don't either, but
But
yeah,
this book
so
wasn't scary. It was just disgusting.
right, right. These movies aren't scary, they're just disgusting. You know, them backwoods hills people, you know,
Uh,
some of them are like that, some of them aren't. You have Leatherface, who's based on a true story, who,
I've
you
heard
know,
of that before,
yeah, and
but
then you have the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie.
oh, okay, you're putting two and two together. Yeah, yeah, that one.
Okay, and then you
Yeah,
have the Jason movies, where he goes out and hides and
alive people
mm-hmm.
and.
Yeah, so I
Mhm,
really would like to know the inspiration for this book, because I could see a lot of things from different being picked from different movies.
mhm.
especially with forced the forced part, that was cringy, and then the other parts, licking the fingers, was cringy. That was
Mhm.
gross.
That was just gross. And the house, I pictured it so dirty, disgusting, nasty, just unlivable. That's how I was picturing it. Like
Yeah.
creaky floors, creaky wood flooring, and I wish, okay, even though the book was very cringe, I wish that she would have done like some type of like graphic audio kind of ish, because I would like to hear the house, the way like the floors creak and make it like music, spooky, horror.
I would have nightmares.
Now, I probably would have nightmares, but like I said, I wouldn't been able to put the book down because I was just so like, what's going to happen next? I need to know, but it's so disgusting. So,
That was me. I would read chapter 1 or read a few pages and put it down, and then I'd be
mm-hmm,
like, "No, I need to finish it. I need to get through this book."
mm-hmm,
But yeah, you're right. I pictured that house being run down, and then like where Alex took her upstairs into his room. It was a
mm-hmm.
small little room. Remember those one tiny closets that have the doors that would
The
go
oh God, what do you call those doors? I'm seeing it. I'm
almost
picturing.
like they had blinds on the door on the doors, or it was a wooden movable door in the
I
closet,
think it was like one of those movable doors.
and they would sit and play checkers together.
Mm-hmm. And I just thought that was kind of odd. And then the brothers sneaking in when they were sleeping, and he was able to like tell like she was sleeping in the bed with him and all this. But
And
at the end, she was psycho too, man, because I was like, what? At the end of the
yeah,
book, like towards the end, and when she went and got him, I'm trying not to give too much away. And then when they went to her house, and she's all, yeah, let's just do it. And I'm just like,
yeah,
you're a
she
psycho
stood right
bitch
in front of her
too.
dad, and I could picture her doing that,
Hmm.
walking around in front and just standing there.
I was like, you're a psycho bitch too.
But you know what?
Oh.
That ending kind of right. It was a cleaner version. But do you remember the ending of "You Shouldn't Have Come Here"? Kind of where the mom comes home and pretends like she didn't go out and do
Mhm.
anything.
Mhm. Yeah, kind of like that.
Hmm.
Kind of, yeah. I don't think I could read another book like that. Now, I could probably read some of Lauren Beale's other books that are not in the dark category, that are just in the dark category. Because if you go onto her website, it has it. I think it has like the first, the second, and the third, and Captured is in the third category. I could probably do the first and second. I can't do
Um.
any more of the third category. No.
Okay, for the sake of podcasting, I will go into the third category
Yeah, you do that because I'm not doing it.
because you know I would really like to know, like, learn her different writing styles. It's almost like the author from Pen Pal. I can't think of her name right now, but I would really like to get to know her different writing styles.
Hmm. Well, we just came off of the Mafia one, so that was a little different from Pen Pal.
Yeah, the writing style. So I would like to, learn more of her writing style. But the plot, she really made me feel like I was in that house,
Hmm.
walking around behind Ophelia, feeling what Ophelia felt.
Hmm.
And I know one thing for sure is the older brother didn't like Alex making the girl Ophelia feel something.
Yeah,
You weren't supposed to let the girls feel that, how do I say it?
pleasure or
Yes, that
anything like that.
pleasure. You weren't allowed to do that. And I
Hmm.
could just picture him being this like nasty looking gross. And
Hmm.
that breakfast, was it breakfast or dinner?
I think it was breakfast that he tried to cook.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I
Or
can't.
where they were partying. I didn't know where that was gonna go. Remember that little party they were gonna have,
Hmm. I didn't
and
understand it either. I was like, Are they gonna try to unalive someone? What's going on in this
I
book?
think that the brother was trying to get Alex a little.
So he can mess with Ophelia.
Yeah, but then Alex was like, "No, I know this." I think another part that grossed me out is the plates when he set the plates down on the floor.
I know, and he said you had to lick it and do a contact. Oh, that was so bad, awful, disgusting. I don't want to ever read a book like that again.
That book, like I said, I would really like to get her on our podcast and read more of her books to know her inspiration for these books. This
I
is
want to
probably an
know her.
author that doesn't get talked about a lot.
Yeah, and I want to know her thinking why she wrote Captured. Why would she, and then your husband helped you? You guys have a unique relationship there.
Listen, they probably watch scary movies together. I never used to watch scary movies until I met my husband, and I've seen some like movies like Rest Stop. There was a movie about a woman getting kidnapped at a rest stop. I take 2 seconds to go to the restroom anywhere I go because I ain't trying to get snatched up.
Oh no, somebody coming up in there in the bathroom with me and standing by the damn door.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, and it's crazy how these two and how they kidnapped her because nobody. It's like she didn't scream or nothing.
Mm-mm. Yeah, that was weird. So I don't know. I
And
don't know.
didn't his mother, unalive herself?
I think so. Berries, some type of berry thingies in the front yard. Remember, he was looking out the window and he was talking to Ophelia about that's how you can with the berries.
Oh yeah, because he was doing it with his. Didn't he do it with the man?
I think so. I think he's the one that did it with the man. So yeah, I'm just so curious. What was in her mindset of writing this book?
And
That
the idea for the mayonnaise of all places for him to
why
splurge
use mayonnaise?
a
Whoa!
mayonnaise jar
Why
and
couldn't
a Coca-Cola bottle too.
why couldn't you use like I don't know,
Tupperware.
relish or pickles or something that not the mayonnaise, bro.
Okay, I gotta tell you guys a story. So after I read that part, I put my book down for a minute, and my husband asked me to make him a bologna sandwich with mayonnaise, and I go, ugh. And he goes, "What's that for? You don't want to make me nothing?" I go, "No, it's okay." So I'm sitting there spreading the man. I'm like, ugh,
Did
ugh.
you tell him the reason why?
No,
Oh,
no, because
see, I told hubby the reason why, like with the mayonnaise thing. I told him
see,
because
mine doesn't really care what I read or be
no, he was
interested.
just looking crazy. He was like, but
That's right. You listened to the book. I mean, even though it wasn't graphic audio, you listened to the
oh
narrators.
shit, that's right. I forgot you didn't listen to it, so you don't have their voices in your head. See, I can hear their voices. And it was so bad. It was so cringe. Oh my
It
god.
was, and I can't believe you.
No. What's her name on TikTok?
Oh, the Tennessee.
I don't remember her first name, but it's oh my god, what is it? She's the one that recommended the book
I know her. It's Tennessee something, right?
Down the Bend.
Down.
Oh
Yeah, I think so.
yeah, she's the one that recommended it, but she said read with cautious, and if you have the stomach to read this book, and I was like, oh, it's not that bad. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the mayonnaise and forcing your a woman's head in your area that kind of grosses me out.
Yeah. And that was not a dark romance. I'm sorry. That was just
That was dark horror.
yeah.
Erotic dark horror.
Yes. And it did say that. When I went to look it up on Goodreads, it did say erotic on it. So, and at first I'm like, erotic? Okay, it's bad, but it probably ain't too bad. Little did I know. little could I know.
Do you think Ophelia has survivor stock syndrome at the end where she kind of like sometimes when people are kidnapped, they kind of like lose I know she lost herself when she was there because even Alex was like, what's wrong with her? She's not going in her mind because of her dad. But do you think that she kind of like started
Just
to feel
adapted to it.
yes.
And then there was so much, or she was, because she started to feel feelings for him, which is so weird and twisted and psycho and no, but it could be those two reasons.
Because I can't picture Alex being this like hunky hunk kidnapper.
Maybe, maybe they didn't. Did she really describe him? They didn't describe him as like an ugly person. So,
Oh, I could picture the other one being
oh, the other
gross.
one that was just nasty because he
A
didn't
lot.
take showers or anything,
Mm.
and then having the stuff just run down off of them. I'm just like, if you guys want to read it, go read it. We're trying not to spoil it as bad, but I'm telling you, if you read it, the mayonnaise scene, the Coca-Cola, you're gonna look at that differently.
Oh, and the plate scene, the contest.
No, that one bothered me. That didn't bother me. It just grossed me out.
When I
Book
knew,
didn't bother me. It didn't trigger me. It just was just like cringe and like, ew, what am I reading? But I want to read more. I don't have triggers that